Have you ever wondered why working 8 hours a day feels so normal that most of us never question it? Why not 6 hours, or 10, or 12? Was the 8-hour workday based on science, fairness, or simply tradition? And if people once worked much longer days, who decided that 8 hours was enough? The answer turns out to involve exhausting factory shifts, determined workers, powerful industrialists, and one surprisingly simple slogan that changed the lives of millions. Today we will uncover the bizarre history behind the 8-hour workday, right here on History of Simple Things. The idea of an 8-hour workday feels like it has always existed, but for most of human history, it did not. Before factories, many people worked according to the seasons, the weather, and the amount of daylight. Farmers often worked from sunrise to sunset during planting and harvest, but had quieter periods throughout the year. Skilled craftsmen and merchants set many of their own hours. There was hard work, of course, but there was no universal rule saying everyone should work exactly 8 hours every day. Everything changed during the Industrial Revolution in the late 1700s and early 1800s. As factories spread across Britain, Europe, and North America, work became tied to machines instead of nature. Steam engines and factory equipment could run almost continuously, and factory owners wanted to keep production going for as long as possible. It was common for workers, including children, to spend 12, 14, or even 16 hours a day inside noisy, dangerous factories. 6-day work weeks were normal, leaving little time for family, education, or rest. Long hours were often seen as simply the price of earning a living. Not everyone accepted this as inevitable. In 1817, a Welsh social reformer and factory owner named Robert Owen proposed an idea that sounded almost radical at the time. Instead of endless work, he argued that a healthy society should divide the day into 3 equal parts. His famous slogan was simple: 8 hours labor, 8 hours recreation, 8 hours rest. Owen believed that well-rested workers would actually be healthier, happier, and more productive. Although many employers ignored his proposal, the slogan spread across labor movements and inspired workers around the world. Throughout the 1800s, campaigns for shorter working hours gained momentum. Workers organized strikes, protests, and petitions demanding more reasonable schedules. They argued that people were not machines. Long hours increased accidents, reduced productivity, and left workers physically and mentally exhausted. Families barely saw one another, and children often entered the workforce instead of attending school. The fight for shorter hours was not just about comfort. It was about dignity and quality of life. One of the most famous moments in this movement happened in Chicago in 1886. Thousands of workers across the United States went on strike demanding an 8-hour workday. During a protest in Haymarket Square, violence broke out after an unknown person threw a bomb at police. Several police officers and civilians died, and the event became known as the Haymarket Affair. Although the tragedy was controversial, it drew worldwide attention to the struggle for workers' rights. Today, International Workers' Day, celebrated on May 1st in many countries, has its roots in these labor movements. Even then, change came slowly. Many businesses resisted shorter hours because they feared lower profits. But something unexpected happened. Studies and real-world experience began showing that workers who spent fewer hours on the job were often more productive during the time they actually worked. Fatigue caused mistakes, accidents, and wasted effort. Shorter shifts could lead to better concentration and fewer costly errors. One businessman who helped prove this idea was Henry Ford. In 1914, he shocked the business world by raising wages for many of his factory workers. A few years later, his company also reduced the workday to 8 hours, while introducing 3 daily shifts instead of 2. This meant Ford's factories could keep operating around the clock without forcing individual workers to stay for exhausting stretches. Many competitors expected the experiment to fail. Instead, productivity remained high, employee turnover dropped, and Ford attracted thousands of job applicants. The decision showed that treating workers better could also make good business sense. Governments eventually began turning these ideas into law. Different countries adopted the 8-hour standard at different times, often after years of political debate and labor activism. In the United States, the Fair Labor Standards Act of 1938 established the 40-hour work week for many employees and required overtime pay for additional hours. The law did not ban longer workdays outright, but it made employers think twice before routinely extending them. Similar labor protections gradually spread across much of the world. What makes the history of the 8-hour workday so unusual is that it was never based on some magical scientific formula. No researcher discovered that humans function perfectly after exactly 8 hours of work. Instead, the standard was the result of negotiation between workers, employers, governments, and changing technology. It represented a compromise between economic needs and human well-being. Even today, that compromise continues to evolve. Some industries still require long shifts, such as healthcare, emergency services, transportation, and manufacturing. At the same time, many companies now experiment with flexible schedules, remote work, 4-day work weeks, or shorter workdays. Researchers continue studying how different schedules affect productivity, health, and job satisfaction. In other words, the conversation that began over 200 years ago is still far from over. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.